tough job trying to pick out which movie you want to review, let alone watch. When all else fails, check out the Criterion Collection. House, or Hausu. Now this is an interesting one because TAGMovieReviews has been asking me to review this movie for a very long time. So I wonder what all the fuss is about. Let's find out. Where to start?
Gorgeous and her friends, yes, Gorgeous is her name, visit her aunt's house in the countryside of Japan, and everything goes to hell from there. We have a demonic white cat, a piano that eats someone, a dancing skeleton, a house filled with blood, and even a man turning into bananas. I've been asked to review this movie for a long time now by my good friend TAGMovieReviews.
Gee, thanks, Tag. You ass!
I didn't have much expectation for the film. I knew it was made by Toho, who did the Godzilla films. I knew it was a horror film, but what I wasn't expecting was a drug-induced fever dream brought to fruition by someone who got a lot of his ideas by his preteen child. No joke, a lot of the ideas for this film came from the director's child. Now, that actually isn't a bad choice, at least to me, because it adds to the creativity and overall uniqueness of the atmosphere and kills. Seeing what a child finds scary makes for an interesting experience. Also, getting killed by a piano is impossible not to remember. There are a lot of bizarre editing choices and effects as well. Kung Fu music plays when the character Kung Fu starts to fight. There are animated sequences such as a man turning into a skeleton, or when Gorge's face cracks like a puzzle. There are so many choices that are both odd, but also imaginative.
You might be noticing that this review is all over the place. Well, that's because this movie has left me speechless. Quite honestly, I think I finally met my match.
It does have some themes of post-World War II that are worth mentioning. The aunt character lost her husband in the war, and she basically is a ghost who lingers in the house now. A commentator said it's about how she takes vengeance on the people who were born after the war and choose not to remember it. And I agree. There is a Godzilla film, Godzilla Mothra King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All Out Attack, where a similar theme is echoed. In that film, Godzilla seeks revenge on Japan for choosing to forget those who perished in World War II. The same idea is kind of explored in House. The director, Nobuhiko Obayashi, grew up during World War II, and lost all of his friends in the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, so he incorporated themes of the bomb into the film. I feel as though it translated the ideas of loss of life and loss of innocence in the forms of the girls and aunt dying, the aunt's husband dying in the war, and the aunt becoming a bitter spirit who preys on the young who are blissful and ignorant of what happened. While a film like Evil Dead did the premise of a demon-possessed house a bit better in my opinion, House has some things going for it as well. There are the eccentric visuals, sure, but a lot of cool technical aspects as well, such as the animation, the sets, the overall exterior design of the house, and even some impressive matte paintings. The music, while not the outright best, is still effective. The piano score that plays throughout the film is simplistic, but also eerie and memorable. Again, it leads to one of the strangest deaths, and there's even a musical segment that plays when the girls travel to the aunt's house. It almost feels like a children's show akin to Sesame Street. Some people have called it slow at the beginning, but for me, I didn't really have a problem, mostly because the unusual editing choices kept me intrigued. Seriously, the editing choices were so random, it's like they threw random techniques at the wall to see what would stick. As I began writing this review, I wasn't sure how I felt about House. It's left so many mixed emotions with me, which is fitting because while it initially received a lot of negative reviews, it has since become a cult classic and is now on the Criterion Collection. For me, I'm somewhere in the middle. I appreciate House for its themes of loss, war, and even love. I think the technical aspects of the animation, camera work, and matte paintings are a work of true art. and even the music, while simple, works well with the tone of the film. But a lot of the film is extremely experimental, and the editing sometimes takes me out of it. However, if you are able to stick with it, you're surely in for something special that you won't soon forget.
Thanks. This is an O.M.M review. This is O.M.M signing out.